be seated. A very good morning to all of you, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. This inspiring verse is that of the Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. These words leave a touch of patriotism in the hearts of every reader. Esteemed Director of Little Rock Indian School, Professor Matthew C. Ninan, honored guest, Professor Samuel K. Samuel, Principal of Crossland College, beloved Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali A. Matthew, respected Principal, Dr. John Thomas, Vice Principals, Head Teachers, teachers, and my dear friends. Today is indeed a remarkable day. Today, India is celebrating its 72nd Republic Day. We have gathered here today to commemorate this event in our refurbished and sprawling school campus. All things can be achieved through prayer. So let us begin this program by invoking God's blessings through a prayer song, followed by our national song, Vande Mataram. I request all of you to stand. Please be seated. India had attained its independence on 15th August 1947, but owing to its phenomenal diversity, it took India 2.5 years of maturity to come up with a constitution to effectively govern its diverse people. On 26th January 1950, our country was declared a socialist, secular, a democratic republic. A 21-gun salute and the unfurling of the Indian national flag by Dr. Rajendra Prasad heralded the historic birth of the Indian Republic. Now I request Rochan Kumar of class 10 to welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Freedom in our minds, strength in our words, pride in our soul, zeal in our hearts. We are gathered here to salute our Mother India. Through much bloodshed and hardship, our country has emerged as an independent republic, poised to cement its name in the history as a great nation. Respected Director, Professor Matthew C. Nainan. Chief Guest of the Day, Professor Samuel K. Samuel. Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali A. Matthew. Professor Dr. John Thomas. Vice Principals, Head Teachers, teaching and non-teaching staff of Little Rock, and my dear friends. I, Roshan Kumar of Class 10, welcome you all to the celebration of the 72nd Republic Day. Our Director, Professor Matthew C. Nainan, has been the navigating light of Little Rock. He strives very hard to get the best out of us. I extend a hearty welcome to you, sir. The chief guest of today's program is Professor Samuel K. Samuel. Permit me to introduce him to you. Professor Samuel K. Samuel is the principal of Crossland College, Brahmavar. He has been rendering his service to the cause of education for the past few decades. Under his charismatic leadership, Crossland College has become one of the topmost colleges under Mangalore University, as it has produced several rank holders and won several awards and accolades. Professor Samuel served as the president of Mangalore University, Principals Association from 2015 to 2018. The papers presented by him at Singapore Management University, Singapore, Chinese University, Hong Kong, and Suwannee University, USA, speak volumes about his caliber. Sir, we are delighted to have you as our chief guest, and on behalf of everyone present here, I extend a pleasant welcome to you. I request Riya R. Shetty of Class 12 to present a bouquet to our chief guest as a token of her love and affection. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Riya. Our Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali A. Matthew, whose soothing presence brightens our spirits, is also with us today. Let me welcome you, madam, from the bottom of my heart. The day-to-day functioning of the school is handled smoothly by our principal, Dr. John Thomas. Sir, I welcome you wholeheartedly. A hearty welcome to our vice principals, head teachers, faculty, and staff of Little Rock. I welcome all my friends who have assembled here to make this program a meaningful one. Once again, I welcome each and everyone present here. Thank you.
Thank you, Rochan, for those warm words of welcome. The Indian flag carries a sense of enormous gravity and commands respect from people of all walks of life. Now the time has come for the most important part of today's program, the flag hoisting. I request our chief guest, Professor Samuel K. Samuel, to unfurl the national flag. I request our principal, Dr. John Thomas, to accompany the guest to the flag mast. Please rise as a mark of respect. I request our principal to escort the chief guest back to the pavilion.
हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार। अर्पित कर दो तन मन धन, मांग रहा बलिदान वतन। अर्पित कर दो तन मन धन, मांग रहा बलिदान वतन। अगर देश के काम न आए तो जीवन बेकार, तो जीवन बेकार, तो जीवन बेकार, तो जीवन बेकार, तो जीवन बेकार। हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार। सोचने का समय गया, उठो लिखो इतिहास नया। सोचने का समय गया, उठो लिखो इतिहास नया। बंसी फेंको और उठा लो हाथों में तलवार, हाथों में तलवार, हाथों में तलवार, हाथों में तलवार, हाथों में तलवार। हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार। तूफानी गति रुके नहीं, शीश कटे पर झुके नहीं। तूफानी गति रुके नहीं, शीश कटे पर झुके नहीं। ताने हुए कांधे के आगे, डगर न पाती हार, डगर न पाती हार, डगर न पाती हार, डगर न पाती हार, डगर न पाती हार। हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार, हो जाओ तैयार साथियों, हो जाओ तैयार।
Respected Director, Professor Matthew C. Nayanan, the Deputy Director, the Principal, Vice Principals, Head Teachers, members of the faculty and staff, and dear students. Let me express my gratitude to all the school authorities who are giving me this opportunity to spend my time with you this morning. I extend my warm wishes to all of you on this 72nd Republic Day of our great nation. About 7 decades ago, on 26th of January 1950, we enacted our Constitution. Having resolved to achieve Purna Swaraj, we have been celebrating January 26th as the Purna Swaraj Day from 1930 to 1947. That's why in 1950 our nation embarked its journey as a republic on the 26th of January. And since then, every year, January 26th is celebrated as our Republic Day. And dear young friends, I feel very proud that within a very short period of time, our country has made a lot of progress, remarkable progress. We have progressed a lot in the field of information and technology, in the field of space technology, in the production of agricultural products. We stand in the third place with regard to the production of scientific articles. We have made a mark in the field of sports, and other countries look at us with envy when it comes to our demographic dividend. We are in fact blessed with a demographic dividend where 65% of our population are below the age of 35. And out of that, 33% belongs to the age group of 20 to 24, and they are all graduates. The youngsters are always vibrant. The youngsters are very innovative, and they have the capacity to dream big. And the young minds of today are better informed and are more confident. Having said this, let me share one of my concerns with you all. I remember the words of Swami Vivekananda. In a speech he once said, "In India, I see a lot of Kannadigas, Malayalis, Tamilians, Biharis, Gujaratis and so on. I see Hindus, Muslims, Parsis and so on. But the sad thing for me is that I don't find an Indian." I personally feel that this is an occasion for us to make a self-introspection. Where do we actually stand? Are we not playing a very safe game when it comes to certain things in which we don't want to play an important role? I remember attending a conference sometimes back when the resource person asked us a few questions. The first question he asked us was that, how many of you want the corrupt political system in our country to change? And he wanted those who agree with that question to raise their hands, and all of us raised our hands. The second question he asked was, how many of you want the system to be cleansed? Again, everybody raised their hands. The third question was that, how many of you want your children to enter into the field of politics? Not even a noble soul lifted his hand. See, this is our approach to everything. We want all the changes to happen around. When we see what is happening around, our blood pressure goes up, it shoots up. That's it, there it ends. We want changes to happen, but we don't want to initiate any change. We don't want to be a part of any change, but we want somebody else to initiate all these changes. But my dear youngsters, I would like to challenge you today. See, we have a lot of hope on you. But let me ask you, what has been your role in the nation building? What have we contributed towards the social reformation? How many of us can do the right thing without being watched by others? Do we have a personal ethics in our life? Are we ready to share the feelings and the sufferings of others? How many of us are ready to respect other religions and not just tolerate other religions? Coming down to the micro level, how many of us find time to exercise our voting right? And how many of us are ready to even follow the traffic rules? We know that we'll have to wear the helmets when we are riding the two-wheelers, but how many of us are doing it? Take the case of the mask, which has become a necessity today. How many of us strictly follow this? I have found many of my students coming to the college without the mask, and the moment they come near the gate of the college, they immediately search for their mask in their bag or in their pocket, and immediately they put it, as if college is a place where, the virus is freely spread. See, this is the type of approach we are having to so many things. And let me ask you one more question. Do we have certain human values in our life? When I say human values, I mean the love, the truth, the sacrifice, and the peace. There are very small things that we can do for our nation. Can't we at least take a pledge and see that we don't dump the waste on the sides of the roads and in other places? You just have a look at the road that leads us from here to Brahmavar. You will get to know what exactly is happening. And remember that this is happening in the case of a district like Udupi, which is ranked first in Swachha Darpan program. Our district stands first. So if this is what is happening here, what would be the case of other districts and other states in our country? I am not asking you to do anything very big. We can do very small things which can make a little difference in the lives of others. I remember a story. Once there was a forest fire, and all the animals in the forest decided to put off the fire. There was a lake in the forest. All these animals, they rushed to that lake, and they were bringing water. The elephant was bringing liters of water together and putting on the fire. Same with the case of the very big animals. And there was a small bird, maybe a lovebird, which was bringing a few drops of water and putting it on the fire. And all the other big animals there, they started laughing at this small bird and asked the small bird, "What are you doing?" And the small bird said, "I do what I can." This is what I would like to tell you this morning, my dear young friends. Let us do what we can. I would like to challenge you. You are the one who will have to initiate a small beginning. A small spark can ignite. It can engulf the whole system, and definitely it will act as a catalyst to make bigger changes in our system. By saying this, don't get a feeling that I am putting all the blames on the youngsters and washing of my hands. But what I would like to tell you is that you are the most vibrant people who will be listened to by others when you initiate something. So let every teacher teach the students how to love the nation. Let every parent instill in their children the beauty of our nation. We might be deprived of the luxuries of the world, but my brothers and sisters, let us maintain our coexistence and above all love our nation. So on this Republic Day of our great nation, our motherland, I would like to challenge you to make a small beginning. I know that we won't be able to do very big things, but there are very small things that we can do, but definitely that can lead to better things, bigger things in the future, so that let our country become a better place for you and me to live.
Thank you, sir, for those wise, inspiring, and heart-touching words. We will surely try to do what we can do. Presence of mind, benevolence, and bravery are honored by using them in the most befitting manner for that which they deserve the most. The following gesture may be seen from that of physical education teacher and NCC officer, Mr. Alphonse Rodriguez, for further procedures.
Good morning, everybody. Heroes are ordinary people who make themselves extraordinary. Said Gerard Way. We have amongst us an extraordinary student who has earned recognition in our community due to her brave deed. She chose courage over fear, quickness against delay, and set an example before others. Well, I am speaking about our student Namana BK of class 10G. May I request Namana to come over the dais. It is my proud privilege to introduce our outstanding cadet, Sergeant Namana BK, who saved the life of a young woman who was involved in a car accident in Chavlikere at Barkur on 21st June 2020. It was around 1:45 p.m. Sunday 21st June when Namana and her parents heard a loud sound. Namana rushed to the spot with her parents. Even as many of her neighbors started gathering at the spot. They could only see the tires of the SUV that plunged into the lake that was situated just in front of Namana's house. After a lot of effort, a few people managed to pull out a man named Santosh Shetty and woman named Sweta from the lake. Both were unconscious. The man had swallowed a lot of water. As soon as he was brought out, all tried their best to save him, but he could not respond. Hearing her father speak about first aid, Namana ran forward and started giving first aid and CPR, that is cardiopulmonary resuscitation, to the woman. With the help of another volunteer, Namana succeeded in making Sweta breathe. Both the victims were then rushed to the hospital. The man died, but the woman survived. It is only due to Namana's readiness, courage, and prompt action that the woman was able to recover in the hospital. The strong desire to save the woman on the verge of death in front of our eyes, and the training received in NCC sessions and NCC camps helped her to take the bold decision and act upon it. Everyone praised her for the sense of timely action. We are proud to have such a brave and confident cadet in our school. This heroic deed of Namana will surely be an inspiration for everyone to do their best in their lives. We thought this would be the right occasion to felicitate Namana in a special manner. May I request Mrs. Shalini Arpai to do the honors.
Good morning. As we know, Namana's deed is indeed a unique and heroic one. A special plaque has been prepared, which will soon be presented to Namana. Let me read out the main contents of the plaque. Presented to Namana BK in recognition of your heroic deed that saved a human life on Sunday, June 21st, 2020. Your exemplary action will always be remembered and will be an inspiration for many others too. Congratulations. A token of appreciation by the management, faculty and staff, Little Rock Indian School, Brahmavar. I now request our director, Professor Matthew C. Nayanan, to honor Namana with this plaque, a certificate and a cash award of Rs 5,000. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Namana. This certainly is a great day in the life of Namana. Let's listen to what she has to say to all of us on this momentous occasion.
Honorable Chief Guest Professor Samuel K. Samuel, respected Director Sir, Deputy Director Sir, Principal, teachers and my dear friends. I would like to thank you all for giving me an opportunity to stand before you. This is a very special and emotional moment for me, as it's a great honor for me to have this recognition and this felicitation. I thank our director, Professor Matthew C. Nainan, and the entire team of this Little Rock for this special gesture. My parents and teachers have been an epitome of strength and a great pillar of support to me. They never left any stone unturned to mold my personality. Needless to say, they have worked on me even more to prepare me for the outside world. Special thanks to my NCC teachers, Alphonse sir and Shalini teacher, for the NCC sessions and NCC camps that have positively influenced me and guided me. I am also very grateful to my mother, who is an NSS divisional officer, who motivated me to learn life-saving techniques and their timely use. I did whatever I could to save the lady. On learning later that she was out of danger, I was very happy that my effort hadn't gone in vain. Usually people panic during crucial times. We should be bold and face critical situations and solve problems. Everyone has talent. What's rare is the ability to follow it to the dark places where it leads, says an American novelist, Erica Jong. The support of my school, other associations, the media, the police department has been valuable in encouraging me. This recognition will always be a reminder of hard work, and it will motivate me to do something more for the community. As I dedicate this recognition to my parents, I will always remain grateful for this institution. Thank you, Little Rock. Once again, thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Namana. May you continue to be a blessing to everyone around you. All of us at Little Rock wish you the very best. Thank you. Over to Akanksh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher. And thank you, Namana. Gratitude is the best medicine. It heals your mind, your body, and your spirit. As we have reached the end of today's program, I request Dhairya Shah of Class 10 to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to all of you. Henry Ward Beecher, in one of his quotes, mentions, "A thoughtful mind, when it sees a nation's flag, sees not the flag only, but the nation itself." Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, faculty and staff of Little Rock, and my dear friends. On this auspicious day, India completes 71 years of being a republic. No Indian is unaware of its marvelous history and wonderful culture. Thus, we should consider it a privilege to be cradled by our own mother India. I, Dhairya Shah of Class 10, deem it my deep pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on this high day of national festivity. Let me present a bouquet of thanks to all the luminaries adorning this days. Let me express my deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Professor Samuel K. Samuel, Principal of Crossland College, for unfurling the national flag. Sir, your depth of knowledge was gleaming through every word that you spoke to this august gathering. Thank you, sir. May I request Sujanjay Nayak of Class 10 to present a memento to our chief guest. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Sujan. We are greatly elated by the presence of our director, Professor Matthew C. Nainan. Sir, your simplicity and benevolence is beyond words. With the same breath, I want to pick this moment to say that we are very fortunate to have a new and spacious sports complex. As we have used it today as the venue for this program, I would like to thank our director, Professor Matthew C. Nainan, who always believes that sports and physical activities are of highest priority besides academics. This new complex was completed in record time in spite of the hardships posed during the pandemic. This was possible only because of the untiring efforts of our director. For us students, it is truly a dream come true. Sir, on behalf of all the students who are here today and all those who are at home, I thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I profusely thank our Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali A. Matthew, for her serene presence. Ma'am, the magnetic force you possess always acts as a positive reinforcement to all of us. Thank you, ma'am. I sincerely thank our principal, Dr. John Thomas, who is an embodiment of gentlemanship for every soul on this campus. I would like to acknowledge the marathon efforts of our vice principals and head teachers for pushing us till we prove ourselves to be the best. Thank you, dear teachers. I wholeheartedly thank our teachers who make us feel special every day with their care, love, compassion, and bountiful wisdom. I also take this opportunity to thank the non-teaching staff of LRIS who did their part to make this day a special one. Finally, I would like to thank all my friends for their presence on this glorious day. Let us morally stand beside each other, do good deeds, be better citizens, and do our best in the making of the new India we dream of. Once again, I wish you a very happy Republic Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dairya, for those heartwarming words of gratitude. Now I request our teachers to sing a Thanksgiving song.
आओ मिलकर हम करें प्रभु का धन्यवाद। बीते दिनों में संग रहा है, अभी है मेरे साथ। आओ मिलकर हम करें प्रभु का धन्यवाद। बीते दिनों में संग रहा है, अभी है मेरे साथ। जिसने हमारे खातिर अपना प्यार दिया, जिसने हमारे खातिर अपना प्यार दिया और हमारे जिंदगी में आशीष दे दिया। आओ मिलकर हम करें प्रभु का धन्यवाद। बीते दिनों में संग रहा है, अभी है मेरे साथ। आओ मिलकर हम करें प्रभु का धन्यवाद। बीते दिनों में संग रहा है, अभी है मेरे साथ।
Thank you, dear teachers, for that melodious song. The song has added a charm and grace to today's celebrations. Republic Day is a special day to commemorate the Herculean tasks of our freedom fighters and many of our ancestors who have helped in the initiating, the nurturing, and the building of our country. This mantle now falls over us, the current and the future citizens of India. Let us make our forefathers proud, transforming our homeland into a citadel to the other nations of the world. Happy Republic Day. This is Akansh Samuel Matthias of class 12C signing off. I request all of you to rise as the dignitaries leave the dais. Please be seated. Here are a few announcements. Now, refreshments will be served. Please have it here itself.